Hi guys, and thank you so much for watching. As always, we are back with Kerbal Space Program, and in this video what we're going to be doing is sending an unmanned craft to the sun. What we'll probably end up doing is we'll do a lap, get round the sun, get some science, send it back, and then eventually what we'll do is probably end up crashing the actual craft into the sun, because we don't need it and we don't want it to be flying around in space with no real purpose. The actual module itself is very simple. It's nothing major. 3 science stations, a couple of mystery gears, lots of bits and bobs on there that you can do a bit of science with. And it's got one of these. It's a remote guidance unit on the top. And that's what we're going to do basically. We're just going to send this up, get it around the sun. Shouldn't be too much of an issue, I don't think. But yeah, we'll have a go with it anyway. Again, I will be using MetJeb and stuff to just get out into an orbit, but then from then on I won't be using MetJeb, I'll be doing the rest of the stuff myself. So yeah, so let's get going. So let's just launch this vehicle. Hopefully I've got all the staging. I think I've got all the staging the way I want it. Okay. Just get out so we're not bothering ourselves. So 128 kilometre orbit. This might be a bit difficult to get to actually because it's not a light vehicle. This is quite heavy, but we'll give it a go anyway. So engage autopilot and let's go for it. So as usual, we'll just let it do its thing and we'll see how it goes. I'm doing the staging. So I've got to keep an eye on it so I can do the staging and stuff. Get a bit of wobble. I'll explain as well, the reason why we're doing this unmanned rather than manned is because it's just far easier. If I want to actually do a manned one, I'd have to actually put some more parts into space and we'd have to deal with it that way. But to do just a remote guidance unit, we could beam all the information back. We don't get as much science obviously, but it just makes life 10 times easier. Just want to get a bit more science so we can get some better parts. So if we just do a lap of the sun, and then we should be able to get hopefully at least a couple of hundred science back from it. So we'll see anyway. I'm not even sure if we can get this into orbit to be honest, but we'll see. We'll see. Right, it's got to wait a second. Stop it tilting. There we go. That should work. Don't hit the engine. There we go. Later guys. Okay. So let's just carry on. We haven't got a lot of thrust with this, so I'm hoping that we make it. Because with the build, obviously what we've got is nuclear engines. We've got one inside there, and we've got 3? Is it or 4? No, 4, sorry. 4 nuclear engines on the side. We've also got fuel comes from these centre tanks. We've got 3 centre tanks here, 2 large, 1 small, and they feed directly into these tanks as well to share the fuel out. There is another tank. There is another engine in here as well with a small fuel tank. I've only put that in just in case I need to use it, but I doubt so. I very much doubt I'll need to use it, to be honest. Let's have a quick look at the map. Get my gimbal up. And this is kind of the boring bit, just waiting for it to get into orbit. But it will get into orbit, trust me. So what I'll probably do is I'll do a jump cut now. Just waiting for this to get up. get it finished, and then we'll start making our manoeuvre towards the sun. So I'll see you in 2 secs. Hi guys, welcome back. Okay, so we're up into orbit. Like I said, no drama, nothing like that. So first things first is let's turn on lights, and let's turn on our solar panels. Make sure we've got enough power. So we need to plan this manoeuvre now. So the plan is we're going to set up a manoeuvre here, and we're just going to extend ourselves out. Not waste fuel though, that's the thing. That'll do, I think. Just don't want to waste fuel. Okay, so 45-second burn, which is nothing, but we are running out of fuel on the main tank, but we do have all these tanks obviously, so we should be fine. And as the intention is not to bring the actual craft back, we should be actually good with this. So let's do that burn. Let's try and move the craft. It's a very slow affair apparently. Oh, do you know what, actually it'd just be easy to do execute next node. I'll plan the manoeuvres and I'm going to let MetJeb do the manoeuvres. Just makes my life easier. I mean, because this is a big fat craft. When I say fat, I mean it's just so long and so bulky that it just makes my life easier. We'll get into a solar orbit, and then I'll plan out the next manoeuvre from there, which is always fun. I'll need to stick around because I don't think we're going to get 45 seconds out of this, fuel wise. In fact, I'm pretty sure we won't. To be honest, actually, there's more fuel on this than needs to be. In fact, by quite a long shot. Sorry, I've got a thing, a timer, like alarm clock. It just basically gives you a warning if a manoeuvre's about to turn up. It's really good actually, you should use it. But it does have the thing of shutting down the thing. Well, there we go. So the manoeuvre side. So it's going to be a 2-minute manoeuvre, because MetJeb knows that we're not running just off this engine, because that engine's about to disappear. So let's just make the manoeuvre now. We'll do a separation and we'll use the atomic engines, the nuclear atomic engines. And there we go. So now it's going to be 3-minute burn. So what we can do is we can do a actually speed up time a little bit. Make sure the craft doesn't jump around too much. When you use a physical fast forward sort of thing like this, where basically you press the Alt key and then the keys to actually go forward and fast in time, you got to be very careful. If you've got a big ship, eventually it'll shake itself apart. And there is actually a good reason behind that, to be honest. The reason why basically the game doesn't allow you to actually fast forward when you're in kind of, when you're throttled up, is because it just goes nuts on the physics of the game, and it costs a lot of CPU. So basically, to do that, it's trying to work out all the physics in a very small, short space of time. And it really does, it eats up your CPU cycles and stuff, because it's constantly trying, basically it's doing everything that it would normally do in physics, but doing it at 4 times speed. So it's doing it 4 times faster. So it's trying to judge where your craft would be, what the grip of the planet would be, the like, you know, the gravity and stuff, what all kinds of things it's trying to work out, and it's doing it at 4 times speed. So if you did it, imagine doing it at 10,000 times speed. Basically your craft just gets pulled apart because the physics engine can't actually work out what's going on, and your CPU would just go through the roof because it's trying to work, it's doing all these calculations constantly. So this is the reason why you can't actually fast forward whilst throttled up in Kerbal. That's the only reason, and it makes sense when you think about it. So basically we've got this now new trajectory which is going to take us out of Kerbal's sphere of influence. By the way, don't take my word for all that stuff I've just said, but I think that's pretty much what's going on, that stuff. So we're going to time warp. Now we're not throttled up, it doesn't matter on the physics engine. But when you're firing, there's so many different physics that are going on. It causes the, you know, it can cause the craft to just fall apart. It can cause your CPU to just go completely nuts, and yeah, nobody wants that anyway. So, but that can become a problem obviously later on when you try to make these burns that can last 2 hours. Nobody wants to sit there doing a 2-hour burn. Let's be honest. Right. So the plan here is we're now in a orbit of the sun. We're going to go to the periaps. Do a bit of science here. It might not seem like the logical thing to do at the time. We're going to do a 10-minute burn. Do we do a bit longer? We'll do a bit longer. 11-minute burn. No, let's go a bit further out actually. Right, we're going to do this. It might seem like the worst thing to do to try and get to the sun, but what we want to do, science-wise, I think, don't quote me, I'm no scientist, but I do have a basic grasp of physics and stuff. So what we need to do is we need to slow ourselves down. So we're going to go out in a large loop, and by the time we get to here, we should slow right. I mean, we're going to speed up. As we pass by, we're going to really speed up. But then by we get to about here, we need to really slow down. So the gravitational pull of the sun will slow us right down, and then what we'll do is we'll make another manoeuvre here to pull in the periapsis towards the sun. And then when we come back round, the periaps should be a lot slower. We will speed up as we come round, but we'll get a really nice approach to the sun. So let's give this a go, I guess. So execute next node. Again, I could do all this myself really to burn, but because these burns are going to be a long burn, I don't really want to have to sit here and just watch the counter going down and so on and so forth. So what I'll probably end up doing is I'll do a quick jump cut now, and then I'll speed time up 4 times, because I'll also be speeding up time 4 times within game, so it'll look very quick. And I'll either put a bit of music over the top of it, or I'll speak over the top of it. I'm not sure yet. But yeah, so let's just do this bit, and I'll see you in 2 seconds. Hi guys, welcome back. Okay, I've had a bit of a change of plan here. I'm just going to test something quickly to see if I might be just going out too far here. So let's see what kind of length of burn this would take. It's not too bad actually. Yeah, I think we'll only go out this far. So let's get this periaps down close to the sun. Don't go too close. Don't want to burn up on our first attempt. I think that's close enough. It's very close. I think we should give that a go. Because fuel-wise, we're not doing great, to be honest. Yeah, we're just going to do that. So what I want to do is fast forward till we get to that manoeuvre node. I have got other fuel on board as well, with a small poodle rocket, so I could make other adjustments if I need to. The thing is, I just don't want to waste a load of fuel going really far out when we don't really need to. I am still trying to use science to actually bring us up, so we slow right down up here, and then we come in, slingshot back into the sun. And obviously as we come along here, we're going to pick up a lot of speed. We're going to get very, very, very fast. As you can see, our speed's dropping right off now. So let's get close to it as we can. And then what I'll do is I'll probably try and do a bit of science out here if I can. I don't think I'll get anything major, but it's always worth having a look. I do plan on doing a manned one to the sun at some point, but I just think getting these unmanned ones out to, maybe I might do one to Eve as well, just do an unmanned probe to Eve, and then we get some more stuff unlocked, and it should make life easier for actually doing these proper manoeuvres. I mean, there's every chance that I could possibly get this back home, but it's just not worth the risk. I might as well just send all the data back that I can, and then we'll take it from there. Just coming in now, getting close. Okay, just a month left. Couple of weeks. 1 week. 4 days. 3 days. 2 days. 1 day. So I'm just going to stop us there. And then I am going to quickly just look at the craft and just see if we can do any science out here. See if we get anything. I don't think we will. No, it's not worth doing, is it? I don't think we'll get any science out of these. See, I've done deep space stuff already, so it's, you know, nothing's gonna change. I mean, I get a little bit if I brought it all back, but obviously we're not bringing anything back. Radiation, maybe. Is that seismic or radiation? Oh, that's gravity detector. Gravity data. We can get 88 science for that. So we'll transmit that data. What we'll do is we'll open up these as well. Okay, so we've got 88 science for that. Nothing major, nothing great, but at least it's something. Thermometer, I don't think we'll be able to do that out here. No. We'll be able to do it when we get closer to the sun, I would have thought. I don't think I have anything else. Radiation. No, don't get anything for that. Okay, fair enough. So what we'll do is then we'll execute the next node, do a burn towards the sun, and hopefully it all goes well. So I'll do a jump cut again, I'll speed up time, and I'll see you on the other side. So see you in a sec. Okay guys, welcome back. Okay, so we've made the manoeuvre with very low on fuel, but like I said, we have got another tank left here with an engine on it if we do need to make another manoeuvre. So, hopefully, this should now bring us in and then we can do the science, get it sent back home, and that's mission over. So let's speed up time. Our speed is going to increase exponentially as we come slow, like towards the sun. I would have thought we're going to go up way high. Maybe, I don't know, 15 kilometers a second or something like that. Maybe even faster actually, to be fair. But we'll see. Because then what I'm going to do is, after we've done the science, we send it all back. I'm going to leave it in this orbit, just let it do its thing, and then maybe we'll decide on something we can do with it later. Maybe we can try and do a manoeuvre to get out to one of the other planets, or something like that. I don't know. We'll try something. Our speed's really starting to pick up now. Just got to watch the timer as well. I don't want to fast forward and push back round. Yeah, we're really picking up speed. Nearly up to a kilometre a second. 12, 30, 40, 15. We're going past where I thought we were. Just slowing time down a little bit because I don't want to speed past. Wow, we're going so fast at this point. We're now pushing 50 kilometers a second. Just slow time down. Get to the periaps there. There we are, we're doing 57, yeah, it's 57 kilometers a second, that. Wow. That's pretty fast. Let's have a look at the sun. Fairly close, we're not too close, but we should be able to get some science now. So let's have a look. Let's do a, just let the craft stop its silliness first. There we go. Right, let's do a materials bay. We get 55 science if we send it back, but what we have done, well, we have got no other choice really, so let's just send it back. Just make this experiment will render this module. Yeah, I know, yeah, don't worry about that. Right, okay, mystery go. Get 33 science for that. Transmit that data. We'll do a radiation sensor reading. Oh, we get 220 to transmit that, so that's pretty cool. Because it's not a physical thing, we can transmit it back and get all the data, so that makes sense, really, when you think about it. And let's have a look, what else have we got? Barometer's not going to work here. I'll test it anyway, just to make sure. I don't want to be proven wrong. Let's try scanning for radio waves. 220 science for that as well, we can send back, which is nice. What else have we got on here? Negative gravity oil detector. We get 88 science for that. Transmit that back. Power wise, we're doing absolutely fine. Do a temperature reading. Nope. Oh, that's just actually taking the temperature of the thing, isn't it? Log temperature. There we go. Get 44 science for that. I'm not sure why we don't get 88 because it's just the temperature. I think we're pretty much out of science stuff. We'll just rotate the craft around. Because there's a bit of stuff on the back that I don't want to miss out on anything. These are all just radio transmitters. And we've done all that. Could get an extra 20 science, transmit that data. These are just the gravitory things again. Can't get anything really back for that. Transmit that data for the sake of doing it. And I don't think there's anything else we can do. There's no point in doing another mystery game. We'll get barely anything for it. So what I think we'll do is, and I'm pretty sure I forgot something, and I can't think off the top of my head what it is. And again, I've probably got it all. But yeah, I mean, it was worth doing. Just sending out, get a bit of science back. Should be able to unlock a couple more things now. So I'm going to leave this travelling around the sun, doing its thing, and we'll just go back to the space centre. I'm not entirely sure how much science we got there, because I didn't add it up in my head. Let's have a look at the R&D. Got 803 science. I mean, I can't unlock really anything with that, to be honest. I mean, most of these now, well, we can do a lot of this stuff. KW rocketry stuff, which is always nice. Advanced engines. A few fuel tanks in there. Engine clusters we could do. Cargo bays and stuff. This is more for space planes. Cargo bays again. Most of the cargo bay stuff. Most of this is to do with making planes, basically, space planes and what have you. What have we got here? What's that? Radio isotope thermoelectric generator. That could be quite handy. Rechargeable battery bank. Yeah, you know, we've got, well, what? Electrical charge 4,000, that's quite a lot. Ooh. Interesting. Some wheels. Could also unlock some more fairing stuff for building aircraft. We're not really concentrating on aircraft though at the moment. Engine mounts. Again, more to do with that stuff. Advanced grabbing unit. Users have long struggled with the problem of how to extract dropped tools from the machine after observing and entering and cleaning out the shoes by burning. I think this is to do with the... Is it to do with the... Oh, I don't know. Maybe it's to do with the updates, to do with the asteroids, maybe? I don't know. So it's a bit of a tough one, this. Which one do we open? We get a lot of rocketry stuff off this one. So I think we'll probably end up just getting that, actually. Because this, we haven't got enough science for. I mean, it's only pod version of MetJeb, which we don't really need, to be honest. We've got MetJeb, we've got pods, so... But yeah, what we'll do is we'll unlock that one. We've got that now. And yeah, so what I'll do is land this video here. On the next episode, we'll try do a few more unmanned things. What I want to do actually is get some satellites up. So I might do a satellite special episode where I start putting some satellites up into orbit, just to make it look a bit more realistic and stuff. So yeah, so thank you so much for watching as always. I know that wasn't the most efficient way to get to the sun stuff, but you know, feel free to let me know. Obviously, no need to be rude about it, but just let me know in the comment section what you would have done, how you think it should be done. Because it's the first time I've ever tried to, you know, do something like that out in deep space. So yeah, so thank you so much for watching as always. Please feel free to rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next video, guys. So take care of each other, and goodbye.